The state penitentiary in Bismarck is expanding. We got a look at the new addition. It's construction season in North Dakota, what the city of Bismarck has planned and the hurdles they have to cross. And the 30th annual Fort Union Rendezvous kicked off. We were there for the celebration. These stories and more coming up on Country Morning Today, starting now.
Live from NBC North Dakota News, welcome to Country Morning Today. With anchors J.R. Havens, Alyssa Marino, and First Warn Weather with meteorologist Henry Blakes. This is NBC North Dakota News, your news leader in high definition.
Good morning and welcome to Country Morning Today. It's Friday. Happy Friday, June 14th. I'm Brenton Burkett.
And I'm Alyssa Marino. Let's turn it over to meteorologist Henry Blakes. Henry, you say it's going to be not so happy of a Friday now, but this weekend looks good.
Yeah, the weekend looks good.
Minot Air Force Base says the 91st Missile Wing Operations Support Squadron Commander has been relieved of duty because of a loss of confidence in his leadership. The squadron conducts training, ensures proficiency, and reinforces standards for the whole operations group. This comes as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Army General Martin Dempsey, plans to visit the base on Monday. Dempsey is the principal military advisor to the President, Secretary of Defense, and the National Security Council. This past month, 8 babies in 5 states have died after being left in cars. The latest was in Moorhead, Minnesota, when 5-month-old Christiana Sandstrom was in the family car for about 4 hours. On average, 38 children die every year after being left in cars, which can reach deadly temperatures in a matter of minutes. Kidsandcars.org has kept records since 1996, and they say 90% of the time it happens to responsible parents. And leaving a child in a car can happen to anyone.
It's not even an act of forgetting. You feel as though you've already dropped the baby at daycare. The biggest one is that our brain isn't perfect. It's an organ, and it can fail us at absolutely the wrong time.
Fennell says it never hurts to add extra safety measures. Always look before you lock, even if you think your baby isn't with you. The North Dakota Department of Transportation is warning drivers to be on the lookout for water-covered roads. Highway 14 near Towner, Highway 83 near Max, and Highway 200 near Herdsfield have had periodic flooding. The DOT says the changing water levels make it hard to predict when and where water will go over a roadway or where it will recede. The DOT encourages you to call 511 before traveling. Still ahead on Country Morning Today, a Mandan police officer is hailed for her efforts to fight a serious problem. The prestigious honor she worked so hard to earn after this. A Mandan police detective received the Sergeant Stephen Kenner Lifesaver Award yesterday. Every year, the Abused Adult Resource Center gives the award to an officer who has gone above and beyond the call of duty to help victims of domestic violence and who has worked towards reducing domestic violence in the community. This year, Detective April Jose received the award.
As an investigator, this year's recipient has an excellent approach in working with victims of domestic violence and sexual assault. Her commitment to justice has resulted in arrests and convictions, demonstrating to victims that the crimes perpetrated against them will not be overlooked or ignored.
The group also recognized other officers who have received the Badge of Hope or Letters of Commendation. More animals returned to Roosevelt Park Zoo in Minot yesterday. Lions and tigers and giraffes are back roaming the grounds. The 2 giraffes seem to be settling in just fine.
It's just wonderful. It's such an incredible opportunity for the zoo to put all these animals available for people of North Dakota, visitors to Minot. It's such a huge attraction for kids.
The zoo will be bringing in some new animals in the next few weeks.
Henry, I think it will be a very nice weekend to go to the zoo with all this sunshine we're supposed to be getting.
Now it's time for our question of the day. Today's question is, a survey shows Americans did this more than 500,000 times last year. What is it? I personally am at a complete loss. So what do you think, Alyssa?
I don't know. I like our Facebook answers per usual. They're always so great. Drew says, post stuff on Facebook. I think that would be a pretty good answer. A lot of us are always on social media, always posting stuff. So thank you, Drew, for that answer. I think I'm going to go with that.
All right, that sounds good. And if you have an answer, you can share it with us on our Facebook page. And now the winner in our Country Morning Today Kohl's Coffee Mug and Gift Certificate giveaway. Today's winner is Dolores Nagel of Linton. Good morning, Dolores. And for your chance to win, just mail a postcard to KFYR-TV Country Morning Today, Kohl's Coffee Cup and Gift Certificate giveaway, Box 1738, Bismarck 58502.
Or just email us your name and address to countrymorningtoday@KFYR-TV.com.
And we'll be right back with another half hour of Country Morning Today.
This is Country Morning Today on NBC North Dakota News, your news leader in high definition.
It's 6:30 Central Time in Minot. Good morning, everyone. It's Friday, June 14th. I'm Brenton Burkett.
And I'm Alyssa Marino. The White House says it has evidence Syrian leaders are using or use chemical weapons against their citizens.
Now the Obama administration says it will begin increasing support to Syrian rebels. Tracy Potts reports. The latest NBC Wall Street Journal poll found only 11% want to arm the rebels. A quarter say we should stay out of it. One person was killed and 73 others injured in an explosion and fire at a Louisiana chemical plant. 300 workers were evacuated from the site, though 10 stayed to help shut it down. The fire burned for more than 3 hours, but government monitors haven't detected dangerous levels of emissions from the plant. Investigators are still looking into what caused the explosion. A hazmat crew is burning off the remaining chemicals with a controlled fire. On the Spirit Lake Reservation, a 3-year-old was pronounced dead yesterday after police were called to a home on the corner of BIA 4 and Highway 1. The girl has a twin sister who is alive. The FBI had the home taped off yesterday. A social services worker says the girls were in foster homes until about a month ago. Authorities are still investigating, and details on the case are limited at this time. It was a big day for the Catholic Diocese of Bismarck. 6 men were ordained as priests. The last time this many men were ordained at one time was in May of 2000, and it's only the second time in the 104-year history of the diocese. Next year, there will be 1 priest ordained, and there won't be any in 2015. People in Towner say they're dealing with their 3rd flood, and they're getting sick of it. About 50 people met at Towner High School to voice their concerns. While flooding is nothing new, some say something needs to get it under control. Residents say the city of Minot is responsible for damages downstream, and they should be compensated. The city says it can't control when or how bad weather will strike. Many residents have formed a new group to create more dialogue.
Strike.
Wow, that's some pretty strong footage right there. Meteorologist Henry Blakes joins us now. Speaking of storms, we have a few coming through our area right now.
Yeah, throughout much of the Montana.
And when Country Morning Today continues, hitch up your wagons. The Rendezvous is back in Fort Union. How you can relive a part of North Dakota's history next. It's not often you get the chance to meet your idol, but the dream came true for twin boys from Iowa with cerebral palsy. They came face to face with Minnesota Twins star catcher and 2009 American League MVP Joe Mauer. Bua Zhang has the story. I mean, not particularly a fan of the Minnesota Twins, but Joe Mauer is one of my favorite players in the game. Not only because of the way he plays the game, but because of charitable acts like that.
Yeah, he looks like a stand-up guy.
He absolutely is.
Good story.
When Country Morning Today returns, a look at what's hitting theaters this weekend, and Mr. Food's Test Kitchen makes a caramelized steak. And our pet of the day comes to us from Dobie Tom. This is her pet Driver, a very nice looking dog there. Thank you, Dobie, for sending that in. If you'd like to see your pet on Country Morning Today, just email us at countrymorningtoday@KFYR-TV.com.
But the answer is actually stole towels from a hotel room. Americans stole towels from a hotel room 500,000 times last year.
So used towels, yeah.
Yeah. All right, well that's interesting. The question of the day is, the answer is never what you think it is. So we probably should have just said something really out of the box.
Maybe. We'll do that next week.
Right. Thank you everyone who submitted their answers on our Facebook page.